bringing them back. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Pastor Garrett. I'm the Director of Youth and Children's Ministries at First Presbyterian Church of Hanford, California. Right now, we are going through a series with our youth group called Growing Greater Spiritual Maturity. And the purpose of it is we're looking at doing more discipleship with our student ministries. And this is a clear step because when it comes to being a disciple of Christ, the purpose of being a disciple isn't just to have this surface understanding that, oh yeah, I'm a Christian. It's more of, I'm going to be growing in my spiritual maturity. Not just deeper in my faith, but more active in how I'm pursuing the things of God and how I'm reflecting Christ's nature to both my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ as well as non-believers. So here's the first thing that we need to look at when it comes to abandoning certain elements in our lives for greater spiritual maturity. The first thing that we need to abandon for greater spiritual maturity is called materialism. Now, that's not to say that having things or having stuff or having possessions is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I have possessions. My wife has possessions. My daughter has possessions. People I know, like my family members, my friends, they all have possessions. Having things doesn't necessarily make you materialistic. Materialism comes when you put more emphasis on having those things than you do on pursuing a relationship with God. A case in point would be the person who's more focused on getting every new bit of technology that ever comes out, especially when it comes to cell phones, gaming consoles, media players, computers, you name it. And this all boils down to creating counterfeit gods in our lives. It goes back to idol worship. An idol doesn't necessarily have to be a golden calf. An idol can be anything, whether it's something of substance or not, that can take the place of God. So our verse that I want to focus on for this particular video is James chapter 1, verse 17. And I read out of the New Living Translation. And so this is what it says. It says, "Whatever is good and perfect comes down to us from God our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow." I think it's important to note that every gift that God is ever going to give us is better than anything that we could imagine. A lot of the times God gives us what we need. In fact, every time He gives us a gift, it's what we need. It may not exactly be what we are asking for. It may not necessarily be what we want at the time, but it's what we need. And in order to abandon materialism, what we need to do first and foremost is to understand what it means to have enough. You see, the opposite of being poor isn't to have more stuff. It's being content. It's understanding that you have enough. And contentment is, well, it's hard to come by. We're human, we're flawed, and we want more and more and more and more stuff because we think that the stuff is going to make us happy. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So, something to consider. Hope everything is going well for you wherever you are watching this video, and I'll be praying for you. God bless.